Awesome. Test, 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 test. Awesome. Test, 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 test.
Test successful.
Indeed. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to APPF1 Tier 1 for tonight's dose of racing action. Ignore what the title says, we are not at China, of course, we are at Azerbaijan in the city of Baku for probably one of the most hated circuits, I think, among a lot of the drivers. I don't understand it. I love Azerbaijan. But a man who hates Azerbaijan more than he loves hitting the barrier is with me serving his qualifying ban, and that is Lawrence D. How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you. Thanks for reminding me of my lovely time that I have at Baku most times I race here. So, yeah, I'm just going to quickly do an outlap, then I'll be with you properly.
Amazing. Right, let's get on our way into qualifying then. A little bit of company. Of course, I'm not the usual voice that you have been used to over the last few rounds. Obviously, you have been used to Louis and his dulcet tones over on his Twitch channel. He does a fantastic job of looking after everybody in Tier 1. But I'm here now, just re-familiarising myself with everything, because my setup is different today. But there's Lawrence. We won't follow him, but we will follow Thomas in a moment then. But we'll go through the championship standings then as the drivers make their way around. And it is Kylo Ren leading the way in the drivers' championship. He's on 52 points. He has a comfortable 10-point gap to the man behind him, who is, of course, the Scotsman Daka, and his teammate just a point behind, QVR Verstappen there as well. You've then got Finley, who is a reserve this season, of course. He's in P4. There's Paulie Orange, P5. Then you have MX Ghost, Lewis, Josh, and Palang rounding off the top 10. You then have Thomas, Griffin, myself, Kevin O'Reilly, Rick, Koru, Jackalako, Hugo, Jasper, and Lawrence D rounding off the top 20 drivers in the Drivers' Championship so far. With the constructors, leading the way is Sauber, 83 points. Then a big 28-point gap to Red Bull on 55. You then have Haas in P3, 6 points ahead of Williams. You then got the Ferrari and RBs at 35. Then there's Alpine, Mercedes, Aston Martin, and McLaren, your top 10. We are about to go on a lap with Thomas as he makes his way down this main straight, longest straight in the F1 calendar, I think, or at least. Well, it's not completely straight, is it? But I believe it's either that or China. But through turn 1 into turn 2, these 90-degree corners, got to attack the curbs, use as much track as possible and get as close to the walls as you dare. Then into the first DRS zone, down into turn number 3. Don't lock up those brakes or you'll end up in the wall. Lawrence knows that place all too well. Thomas a little bit squirrely on the exit of 3. Into 4 now. Carry as much speed as you can through there. Not too bad through turn number 4. Now you've got to be brave through this section of the circuit. Carry the speed, get in a good exit on the second part of the chicane. Little clip of the barrier there, but in towards turn number 7 we go to start the infamous castle section. Through here, you've got to be precise, you've got to be confident, and you've got to carry that speed. It's so important through this section. A little bit squirrely for Thomas as he wrangles that Aston Martin through the castle section to come toward this now flat part all the way down to what is turn 15 and the second to last proper corner on the track. Through there, oh, and a big smack on the barrier. That's not going to do his lap time any good whatsoever. Behind him, we've got a Ferrari. Thomas, I think he might go to complete the lap. Let's follow along. There he goes through turn 16, pretty wide. He's likely got damage on that Aston Martin after the contact with the wall, but let's see what he can manage, burning the ERS as he goes through this flat out section, and more than likely going to run out of ERS here, but he's going to set the pace for us tonight here at this Baku City circuit with a 38.9. We've got a Ferrari on the way up as well. It's Paulie Orange, no, it's Koru, who has gone at 39.8. So pretty slow lap from Koru. Must have been a mistake there. Paulie Orange as well. So Thomas, actually, even with the contact with the wall, not doing a bad job. Rubialski up into P3 there as well. Trying to find the Williams. I think, is that Josh? No, it's Ghost. My podcast partner crosses the line. 39.6 for him, but Dakar blows everyone out of the water. 38.9. Ooh. Dakar and his teammate are a force to be reckoned with this season. It's really hard, actually, with my setup like this. I am very sorry, but here comes Josh. We're in the Williams, making his way down in towards the line. Let's see, he goes up into P3. That's a solid first effort from the Williams driver. I think that was Jasper going up to P11, and Finley, who is here tonight in the Mercedes, 38.6, so setting the gauntlet down for everybody else. Jacko and Lawrence obviously serving qualifying bans, and I think Lawrence should be with us now. And Lawrence, you raced Tier 2, of course. I don't know how you got on. Maybe tell us about how you got on and what it takes to make a decent qualifying lap here at Baku.
Well, first and foremost, I'm the last person you want for any kind of advice around Baku. But no, Tuesday, everything felt quite good, in all honesty. The car felt strong, my pace felt strong as well. It was just unfortunate VSC. I don't know if it's a glitch or whatnot. I was following the Delta time, then the Delta time turned off, so I put my foot down, and then fractionally just after that, it came back on and then caught me out.
Yeah, I mean, I've always struggled with qualifying at Azerbaijan. I don't know, I think it's the ERS management is such a challenge here, because there's so many places that you can use it, but you've got to be quite conservative, actually. And I don't think it... I think this track tricks you. You've got loads of heavy braking zones, but it doesn't actually recover as quickly as you use it around this track, which does make it a challenge. But of course, Finley up in the top, as he has been so accustomed to being in his time with us at APPF1. And I don't know, what do we think? Who do we think's got a pole in the bag here? I can't remember my podcast predictions to save my life, but I don't know.
I think it's going to be well. You got your top three protagonists up there. I think it will be. It's going to go down between Finley and Dakar, I'd say. I guess you can never write out Kylo Ren, but I'd say definitely between the top two are going to be the drivers to watch tonight. Ghost is always capable of pulling out a lap round here as well. It'd be interesting to see what sort of time Thomas can do as well. Like you said, he had massive contact with the barrier at turn 15 and lost a lot of time. He could, looking at where he is now, he could potentially be near the front as well. So it's yet to, hopefully it will unfold in the next few minutes.
Yeah, we'll find out. I think that's Josh on a lap, actually. Let's find out. He is on a lap, so we'll follow him. He's a 10th up in his Williams so far. But it's quite a big gap, actually, between P7 and P6 there. 38.9 and a 39.4. That's his yellow flag through Sector 1. I think that's drivers on their outlaps. Nothing to be too concerned about as the second round goes out. But I must say, it is very nice to be back in the box. I missed Tier 2 this week. I was at Tully's Farm enjoying their variety of scare mazes, which was a lot of fun. I've never been to a big scare event like that before. I've worked at scare events before, but I've never been to one. So it was a lot of fun. But 4 tenths up now is Josh, and he's already in the top 4. This looks like a lap that's going to put him on provisional pole as he makes his way around these twisty parts of this flat out section. It's such a great part of the track to drive, honestly. I love it so much. As down he comes, opens up that DRS, the shortest path now to the line for the Williams, and that's going to put him onto that provisional pole slot by just about a tenth of a second. And, well, it's a solid start to his run in this qualifying session, but that is only the first lap of many. Thomas now, he's making his way through. He's going to be the next driver to come along through here. And I guess I know you dislike this track, but do you have any redeeming qualities about Baku to tell everybody here as Thomas abandons that lap?
I do, in general, do like this circuit. It's just some infamous moments in my APP career around here, especially in Tier 2. I believe the last time I raced in Tier 1 around here, I finished second, but that was a very poorly attended race, I will add. But yeah, overall, I do enjoy the track. It's good fun to drive on. But yes, I kind of have some suicidal moments is probably the best way to put it.
Oh dear. I mean, you could go back through the archives and find some of those. Ghost and I have got... we had front row seats to a lot of them. Mr. J-Man is probably not your biggest fan when it comes to events of this circuit, Lawrence. But, you know, things happen. I am stupid and all that. Let's hope this Ferrari doesn't do that. Very close to the wall there was Paulie Orange. I'll wait for those sector times to come in through there. But as I say, I love this track. I love the castle section. I think I've got a decent record here, actually. I won one of my very first APPF1 races at this circuit. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it was my first race win, but it was back in the very early days of the Sprint Championship, if there's anybody who could still remember that far back. But Paulie Orange, I didn't catch his sector time, but this could be a solid lap for him. He's got some time to find, actually. Can he break into the 38s and join that top 6, make it a top 7? There's a McLaren just behind him as well. That looks like Joey B in the other McLaren seat, taking Rick's place. And it's P7 for Paulie Orange. Let's find Joey B. That's Josh. Joey B into the pits. Let's see, I've got an Alpine next. Rubiowski making his way across up into P8 for Rubiowski. Koru next. We've got to find him. Gosh, there we are. He's into the pits as well. Lots of drivers abandoning laps. Lots of people struggling, it seems.
I'm just watching the Tier 2 debutant. I can't pronounce that name. Is it Clibo Bags? Down in 14th.
Silbo Bags, maybe.
Silbo, but yeah, he's just coming up to the line now, up to 9th position. That's a very solid lap, very respectable pace for Tier 1, as he enjoyed a debut podium in Tier 2, so he's living up to the hype already for Tier 1.
Certainly. I think there's an Aston Martin coming across. I do apologise if I'm missing laps at the moment. I can't quite see the little indicator that tells me who I'm looking at. So I'm struggling to figure it out. But I'm on with Jasper now. Let's see if he can improve his position. He's P13 at the moment. Ghost won't be too happy with his time overall. Not sure what's happened. But Lawrence, actually, you'll have an insight into what's to come. Do we have a wet race in store, or is it dry?
Would you like? Do you want me to let you know, or do you want to keep it a surprise?
I don't know. Let's keep it a surprise. Actually, why not?
Why not? Okie doke.
But give us a clue. How about a clue?
I don't know really. I'm pants with clues. Just sit back and enjoy.
All right, there you go. Sit back and enjoy. Says Lawrence, the two-time Tier 2 champion, of course. Kylo Ren there. He's put in a solid effort, 38.5. Finley, of course, improved himself there as well. Of course, he was going to find some improvement. Can anybody get close to Finley? And can anybody get closer to those 1 minute 37s? We'll find out soon. I'm sure Dakar might have something to say about that lap time. He put an amazing lap in around China. One of the many drivers who dislike this circuit. I'll still never understand it personally.
Ghost is on a lap currently. He was all right through the castle section. Caught a lot of curb coming out on the exit though. On the right left-hander, he caught a lot of curb on the left, and he's lost a bit of time there, I would say, as he's caught a bit more curb coming down to the sector 2 line. As he crosses that, he's up ever so slightly. I think he's going to walk away and probably have a could have, should have, would have kind of session maybe.
Another one for the stat block. I think he's had one every week so far in Tier 1. Rick will be loving that one as he comes down towards the line. It looks okay, but it's only enough for P11 for Ghost. I think I'll be wanting more from that. In fact, he can't quite break into that top 10. He's only 6 thousandths of a second away from being 10th on the grid so far. But of course, we've got 3 minutes and 20 seconds. He's going to have to rush back to the pits to get a lap time in. Is my podcast partner and of course our glorious leader, that is Ghost. Not many people in the live chat at the moment. Come say hello, 7 people watching.
I will get my punches in while I can with Ghost. That was a very scrappy lap from the APP manager there. His teammate has just held him up ever so slightly there as well on his way back to the pits. But yes, Ghost will be bitterly disappointed sitting in P11 at the moment. There is improvement to be had.
Oh dear. There'll be some lots of Lawrence bashing on the next podcast, I bet. After that one. But Thomas, once again, back out on track. Let's ride along with him once again as everybody's starting to filter their way out onto the circuit one final time. I believe Josh will be the next to start a lap as all the drivers are coming out. Actually, Ghost might be cutting it a bit fine here. I don't know if he'll get back out. I think that's his qualifying over. He's not. He's just coming into sector 3 now, and he'll have 2 minutes left when he gets in the pits. He won't make it.
He's cooked, I'm afraid. He is cooked. I'd say his qualifying session is over. I'm not too sure as to, unless he's going to do another run, he's staying out.
Oh, he's staying out. Okay. So using the same set of tyres. Let's see what Ghost can do. We'll keep an eye on Ghost. But right now it's Thomas making his way round. Dakar is also now on a lap as well. It looks like Ghost is ahead of Dakar, so we'll go along. But 7 tenths up is Thomas. This looks very, very good from the Aston Martin driver, making his way through the final few kinks in this flat out section down towards the line. Has he got anything left? Opens up the DRS now. Battery is done, or at least reduced to harvesting as he makes his way across the line. A little bit more. And
wow.
A 38.0. That's a fantastic lap. Can anybody beat that? Let's find out. Ghost, where is he?
He's just coming up to the castle section now.
There he is.
It's a little bit cleaner than when I last checked in on him. Yeah, that's a much better line through there, as he is coming up round corners 13 and 14, approaching very tedious corner 15 here. You want to keep out that barrier on the right-hand side, but you also want to keep the car as far out as possible to open up turn 16. And now it is foot all the way to the floor to the end of the lap, as he is 2/10 up on his time. He is going to improve potentially to P8 if he carries on this kind of form, and it's all about ERS management to the line.
Yeah, it is. Coming down towards the line. Ghost. We'll see what he's got. He was purple in the middle sector. Has he got anything in response to get himself in the top 10? He can. Dake coming across the line. He's half a second up as well. Dake into the P3. Not enough for Dake. Josh, 1 second down, in fact. His session is going to be over from this point onwards. Paulie Orange is not the next car coming. Is in fact his teammate who's 7/10 up now. Koru there in the other Ferrari. Let's see what he's got. It's a 1 minute 39.1, puts him into P8 and pushes Ghost out of down into P9 now. There's an Aston Martin coming next, I think that was Thomas. Is it two Aston Martin? No, I don't know. I think I'm getting all fuddled here. I don't know what's going on. QVR Verstappen, though, he's a 10th up on his lap time. I feel like Kylo Ren is probably behind him there as well, being the sole Red Bull. Let's see what Verstappen can do. Crosses the line into P3. Kylo Ren there, championship leader. Has he got anything? No, it's the front row for Kylo Ren. Finley has invalidated his lap time. He is not going to improve. So this is looking like a pole position perhaps for Thomas. If nobody else can find the time. Silbo Bags into P7. A solid go for him. How about Paulie Orange? 2/10 up for the Ferrari. Only P7 for Paulie Orange, and there's the rest of the grid. Ghost, his session is all over. Rubialski, though, he's only up by a marginal improvement. It might just get him into the top 10 if he can find a little bit more down towards the line. Is unable to improve. How about Lewis into the top 10, P8? That knocks Ghost down as Griffin goes and joins him as well in P9. Goes down into P12. And I think that is going to be all she wrote for qualifying. A fantastic lap from Thomas, beating some of the giants here in APPF1 Tier 1, and has done a very good job indeed to put Aston Martin on pole position.
Yeah, it's very good to see my Aston Martin apprentice on pole position. He's learned from the best, clearly. So, yes, congratulations to Thomas. That was an absolutely fantastic lap. And when the likes of Kylo Ren, Finley, and even Daka don't have an answer to a lap time like that, you know you've pulled out an incredibly special lap.
Well, I didn't have Thomas on my bingo card. I believe I put Finley in my predictions this week, as did Ghost. So at least no points across the board for either of us. But wow, that was a fantastic qualifying session towards the end. 2/10 as well, in fact. Well, probably only about a 10th and a half when it all comes down to it. We'll see it. But that's still really impressive from Thomas.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very quick and enthralling qualifying session that was. And we have our usual suspects near the front with Kylo Ren, Finley, and Verstappen and Daka. Josh, Ghost's teammate, is also looking very handy. It's worth keeping an eye on him. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how Ghost's pace will transition into the race. But yes, I know he'll be very upset with how that's turned out.
Yeah. Well then, a fantastic qualifying session precedes this race that we're about to go into now, and we'll run over the final order of qualifying, as it is Thomas in P1. Kylo Ren and Finley join him in the top 3 there, with Kvyat Verstappen making up the second row in P4. You've then got Dakar rounding off the top 5 with Josh, Paulie Orange, Lewis Griffin and Stilbo Bags in P10. Then you've got Koru, Ghost, Rubiaski, Jasper, Joby, Jackalako, Palang and Lawrence there as well, rounding off the grid. Of course, Palang wasn't able to set a lap time. Jack and Lawrence serving qualifying bans. But Lawrence, I'm going to let you go. Get on the grid. Get yourself racing. Best of luck out there. Don't put it in the wall.
I'll try my best not to. Thank you for having me, and good luck with the comms.
And Denko says watch that Delta as well.
I will tonight. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Well then, there we go. That's all down to the drivers now for some strategy calls. What's it going to be? This game has been so divisive so far. 2-stop, 1-stop, hards, mediums. What is the best tyre? Will drivers be going 1? Will they be going 2? Are we going to see a safety car? I would put some money on it. If I was a betting man, I think a safety car is more than likely here, but we've seen some strange calls from the stewards, or from race control, I should say, on a street circuit. So you never know what this game's going to throw at you, but we're moments now away from the start of this race. Make sure you pop, you pop some comments in, pop some predictions in as well. Let me know who you think the top 3 is going to be. Will Tomasz hold on? Will Finley fight his way through? How about the Saubers? Will they rack up more points? All to be told in 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are underway and racing here in Azerbaijan. It looks like a very good start from Tomasz, who is going to be leading through turn 1. Although it's Kylo and Finley side by side in towards the next 2 corners. But Finley gets around here as well. And then it's the 2 Saubers making their way through. There's an RB round in the background. I think that's Griffin. Jasper might have been caught up in that as well. But it's a solid start for Tomasz, who's leading them all down towards turn 3. Dakar and Kvyat making their way through. Josh down the inside of Kvyat Verstappen, and is Lewis going to look for the move as well? They're going to be 3 wide almost. There's contact, lots of wheel banging between them. All of them keeping out the wall. The Ferrari and Paulie Orange trying to find a way through there as well. But Lewis into P5. Kvyat Verstappen getting swamped here by the drivers behind him. Josh filters into P7 and Paulie Orange P8 as all the rest sort of filter out now. As Jack Lacko's had a bad start. Lawrence a great start from P18 up to P14 on the grid. Not a bad going for Lawrence there. Our tier 3 commentator was Palang into P10, and oh, that's Koru. He's gone into the barrier at Castle, and that is a virtual safety car. He's going to hope to get that turned around before he gets disqualified. Oh dear. I think he said something along the lines of he'd be lucky if he didn't put it in the wall, and he got that one right. That is really unfortunate. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but if there's anything shady about it, I'm sure the stewards will see it. The stewards being one half of that team, me. But VSC, just to slow things down for the time being. Hopefully nobody can gets themselves a drive-through. Let's pop up position changes. Palang up 6 places. He's had a great start as we're back underway. Let's look at the tyres there as well. I think it's leaning towards the mediums to start on, but a few drivers on the hards. As Ghost and Jasper in the pits. That's not a good start for Ghost. Is that going to be a wing change? It seems. The game seems to think hard, medium, but it depends on what driver you're following. Ghost in. That is a wing change indeed. Some drama here in Tier 1 already, but now we settle down and we get our heads into this race now, as Tomasz has got Finley behind him, a multiple champion here in Tier 1. Palang maybe having some issues. There was a yellow flag further back, but we're just keeping an eye on this lead battle for the time being, as Finley is sizing up Tomasz, who's had a little bit of a hit onto the barrier there. Kylo Ren just trying to do everything he can to hold on to the back of Finley. Dakar's there as well. But then you've got 1.4 to Lewis, who is in himself 1.4 ahead of Verstappen. And that's Palang again. What is going on? with the Mercedes. He's had a bit of a torrid time in Tier 1 over the last couple of rounds, and it seems that trend is going to continue for the Canadian driver. Unfortunate for him, but let's see. DRS should be activated now, so Finley's going to have a very good go at trying to get his way past Thomas. Let's watch the closing speed, try and figure out who's running the lowest downforce. It's such a toss-up at this track if it's low downforce or high, but here comes Finley, breezes past. Nice, simple move. Thomas, I think, will just stay with him and try and make another move in towards turn number 4. No, turn number 3 even. On the next go around, or maybe just stay with him. We've got a nice 4-car battle for the lead. Dakar in there, Kylo Ren as well, of course. You've then got Lewis, all aboard the Lewis train, as Verstappen, Josh, Paulie Orange, Silbo, all behind him there as well, all vying for that last place in the top 5. And here comes Josh down the inside of Verstappen this time. They're still side by side as they exit, but Josh just has the car ahead of QVR Verstappen, and Verstappen just has to yield there and live to fight another day on that front. And down into P7 goes QVR Verstappen. But remember, he's on that hard strategy. He's alternated from Dakar, so he's going longer in this race. Those tyres should come towards him later on. But we'll see how that works. 26 laps here. I believe, from memory, the tyre wear isn't too bad. But please correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't touched this track on this year's game, in all honesty, as I just haven't had the time. Meanwhile, Palang and Joey B keeping each other company. No, that's Jakalaka, I'm afraid. Joey B's a bit further back. He pitted, of course. But Jacko and Palang having a little bit of a battle between themselves for P12 down here. Lawrence, a fantastic start to his race. P11, but he's in a bit of no man's land now. Got to lay down some pace if he wants to get back into this race here. Let's see, Thomas not able to close in. Could come under threat here from Kylo Ren as they make their way down. And he is. I think Thomas running quite high wings. And Kylo Ren breezes past. Thomas has a little bit of a think about it, but chooses not to, but switches back actually onto the inside, and he's down the inside of Kylo Ren now. They're side by side as they go through. Thomas onto the curb, very, very squirrely on the way through, and that's going to invite Dakar now in for a move. Dakar very close to the back of this Aston Martin. Is he going to go late on the brakes? He is. Thomas does everything he can to try and fend him off, and around the outside he goes, and he hits the barrier again, and he's super squirrely. He's just losing the composure he had at the start of this race, and again losing the rear end. And Kylo Ren's through. There's a gap now to Finley. He'll wave goodbye to the drivers behind him, and now Kylo Ren sits in P2, Dakar P3, and for now these drivers are your podium. But what more does this race have in store for us, as we're only on lap 4 and only about halfway through? Meanwhile, QVR Verstappen trying to hold on to the DRS of Lewis. He's got past Josh again. Must have been into turn 1 while we were focusing on the drivers ahead. But all these gaps just starting to thin out now. The drivers starting to get themselves into a rhythm. And, well, we'll see what happens. Not too many battles on circuit. Paulie Orange is the closest one here. We have Paulie Orange and Josh, that is. Silver Bags, an impressive start to his race, it must be said. I don't know what he managed in Tier 2, but a fantastic go-around nonetheless. Let's see what he can do. Paulie Orange, Josh doesn't have any DRS to defend with, and it shows as Paulie Orange swoops round. Is Silbo close enough as well? No, he's not. But through goes Paulie Orange in the Ferrari. Meanwhile, QVR Verstappen now sets his sights on Tomasz, who has since lost out to Lewis there as well. Tomasz really struggling now in that Aston Martin, and that has not been a good couple of laps for him. Down the inside, he looks towards to go to Lewis, but thinks better of it and filters back in behind. Meanwhile, Dakar staying with Kylo Ren, who is doing his best to stay with Finley, but Finley's just eking that gap out as they enter towards the castle section. Finley doing a great job. Big lock up there though for Finley as he makes his way through. Kylo Ren now got to keep Dakar behind. Dakar, now that he shows up to races, has been on a fantastic run of form. As Jasper and Ghost have a little bit of a battle between each other. I think Jasper perhaps getting ahead of Ghost, or Ghost trying to get ahead of Jasper there. But let's see, Thomas is just about with Lewis here. Is he going to have a go in towards turn 1? Is Thomas going is Verstappen going to have a look perhaps as well in towards that corner? All yet to be told. Let's see, we'll keep an eye on this fight. Josh as well might get past Paulie Orange here. They're behind this little battle for P4, those drivers, so we'll keep an eye, see what they do. But here comes Verstappen, gets a much better exit than Tomasz, who is struggling, it must be said. And through goes QVR Verstappen. Tomasz doesn't look like he's got any battery left to fight with, and I think that is why the drivers are all finding it nice and easy to get past. That's unfortunate. But you've got to manage your battery. Let's see, Verstappen not got much to use either. Well, it's pretty equal across the board. Nobody's got battery to use. Really, I mean, Paulie Orange and Josh. Well, Paulie Orange is probably the best at managing this battery here. Lawrence in the pits as well. Ring change. He's clearly hit the wall somewhere. Or the back of somebody, although I don't think he was close enough to hit anyone. So, definitely the wall has had a little word with Lawrence there. But let's see. Coro gets ahead of Palang, who's pitted there as well. Is that going to be a retirement for Palang? No. He's coming back out on track. So he's still in the race for now. Dakar holding on, but lost a little bit of time. Then gained it back there. It's a very stagnant gap, this at the moment. Kylo Ren still doing his best to keep Finley with at least within 2 seconds. Could be enough to undercut him. The pit lane round here is very short, so an undercut can be quite crucial when it comes to your strategy when the pit lane is as short as this one. Thomas has now lost DRS, I think, to Verstappen. Is he going to open it up on this go? Let's look. I don't think he is. I think he's just lost it. I feel like the activation point was a little further back on this circuit. Yes, he's lost it. No DRS for Tomasz as QVR Verstappen now gets back past Lewis, gets himself back into the top 4. Does Verstappen, and he'll be looking to just get his head down now, try and close down that gap to his teammate. Meanwhile, Silbo into the pits, 6 laps, and they're going on to the hards already. That's interesting. I think Silbo will be on for a 2-stop. A lot of the drivers who've been forced to stop will be doing 2 stops as well, I'd have thought, but it doesn't look like the drivers ahead are thinking about pitting. I don't know. Again, I don't know what the tyres are like around here. Somebody who's driven this race, let me know. Let me know in the chat if you're there. What's the tyre life like around this circuit? Anyways, Dakar, half a second behind Kylo Ren, doing everything he can to hold on to the back of that Red Bull. Doing a solid job of Sauber right now, holding on to P3 and 4. They'll continue to dominate this Constructors' Championship. If they can keep it out of the barriers, then they'll be doing a fantastic job there. Tomasz now's got Paulie Orange and Josh for company. Let's see if Dakar's got any answer to Kylo Ren up ahead of him. What is the battery situation like? Dakar's got more battery to use. Dakar, is he closing enough really? I don't think he's been close enough to even consider an attack. I don't think there'll be any moves made there for the time being. Moving on now, Tomasz losing yet another place. Paulie Orange now goes around the outside of the Aston Martin and he plummets. Kylo Ren's though into the pits, so he believes it's time to put on a fresh set of hards. Tomasz into the pits now as well. Kylo Ren in and out. He's going for that undercut. And will that force Finley or Dakar to come in and cover him off on this lap? Where is Kylo Ren filtering out? He's in clear air. That's perfect. Just what he would have wanted. He's behind Rubialski there in P8. And we've got a solid race on our hands here for the lead. And Finley must have made a mistake somewhere because Dakar is 1.1 seconds behind him. And, well, not closing in, but Kvyat Verstappen there as well has closed down the gap as well. I think maybe those mediums are done. It seems the tyre wear is quite high around this circuit, so I definitely got it wrong. I feel like it's not been so bad in past games, but the tyre wear this year, of course, has been spotty to say the least. Yellow flag, sector 1, that's Palang. He's round at the first corner. No ring as well. Oh dear. The man who was fighting for the Drivers' Championship and won it, in fact, last season, having an abysmal time, and the safety car's out. That's a VSC, and I think Kylo Ren will be... he won't be too happy with that, actually. That's going to give Finley and Dacker a free shot at the pits, and they're coming in, both of them. Well, if Dacker doesn't come in, I think he's probably missing something. He's not come in. Oh, I don't know if that was the right decision. Finley's in. Should get in and out before Kylo Ren. Let's find out. There's Kylo coming through the last straight away of the track. Finley's on the move again. Keep an eye on that left-hand side of the screen. Drive through for Griffin for speeding under the pit lane. Oh, it's going to be tight. Where's Finley? There he is on the left. No, that's Kvyat Verstappen, in fact, has got ahead of Kylo in the pits. Did Finley must have hit the wall or something? If Kvyat Verstappen's managed to get ahead, that's fantastic. The undercut there, well, the virtual safety car there, I should say, has got Kvyat Verstappen ahead of Kylo Ren. That's great news. But Dacker now leading the way, controlling the pace. I think perhaps his teammate was coming in, and that's why Dacker held off, sacrificing one. But I suppose Kylo Ren can now, well, Kvyat Verstappen, I should say, can now hold up Kylo Ren and the drivers behind enough that Dacker can pit this lap and be right back with them. The strategy game being played, the teammates working together here. Is it going to be a double stop though onto mediums for Kvyat Verstappen? The driver's not taking the mediums all that far. The virtual safety car might have thrown some things up in the air. Joey B, meanwhile, leads the train for P13. It's got Koru for company there as well. Certainly interesting, but we're watching these leaders. Dacker stays out. Paulie Orange stays out as well. He's been running one-stops quite crazily. Rubiowski looks like he's staying out as well. So Kvyat Verstappen leading this train for P4. Let's go find some other drivers. Joey B holding off Koru for now, but Koru's looking very racy in that Ferrari. Lawrence is there as well, as is Jack Alacco. These three will be wanting to get past Joey B there. Joe will do his best to hold on, but with no DRS, it's going to be a very tough ask for Joe. And look, already Koru having to lift. Let's see behind. Lawrence is closing in now as well. Here comes Koru making the move. Lawrence is going to follow him through more than likely. Oh, but the door is closed on Lawrence there. Lawrence trying to make it 3 wide, perhaps. Could be 4 wide almost in towards there. Koru's through to some damage to somebody else maybe. No, Joey B makes some contact though with Koru ahead and loses all those positions. Down into P16 he goes. Jack Alacco up to P15 and Lawrence P14 there as well. The battle continues back here. I'm keeping one eye though on the battle toward the front as Kvyat Verstappen has caught the back of Rubiowski and will no doubt be wanting to make a move very soon. Let's let those drivers filter through the middle sector. Dacker has stayed out again, by the way, or at least he stayed out last lap, but we'll see if he stays out this one. But Kvyat Verstappen on the back now. This Alpine is a big train. The big boys all in this train behind Rubiowski in that Alpine. Let's see what they can do to get past. I think it would be quite an easy affair. Will Rubiowski pit in and make it easier for them? It's going to give them all slipstream. Dacker's in the pits there as well, so keep an eye. Let's run aboard with his teammate, Kvyat Verstappen, who's going to get past. Now Kylo Ren's making his way through as well on the main straight. Is Finley going to take advantage as well and make his way through? And it's going to be late on the brakes, but no move there. Kvyat Verstappen is going to come out ahead of his teammate Daka, who's only just left his pit box, so has lost out big time. He could come back out behind Tomasz, in fact, and he is going to, or is he going to try and beat him on the brakes? No, just filters behind there as well. Finley gets past Rubialski now. Does he choose to fight it, Rubialski? No, he filters back in behind Finley and lets the multiple Tier 1 champion through. But Verstappen, Kylo Ren, 1-2 in this race. They've battled many times so far this season. Lewis now passes Rubialski as well in a rather unconventional spot. Perhaps they were side by side, but I think Dakar might feel a little bit aggrieved that he's come out behind Tomasz. I don't know. I feel like his race has been sacrificed a little bit here in favour of his teammate, but is Dakar going to go for a one-stop perhaps and go all the way to the end? I'm not sure, but this race is still on. It's Verstappen, Kylo Ren and Finley going at it. Lewis is there as well, but Lewis is starting to lose grip on the back of the drivers ahead of him. He's just staying there. Oh, I don't know. It's going to be tight. I don't think he gets that DRS. The detection point is coming up. Let's see. No, he's not going to get it. He's lost out a 10th there, just in that little section alone. So no, but Kylo Ren, has he got the closing speed? Not really. He's closing in through the slipstream, but he's not going to be close enough to launch an attack for the lead of this race. Meanwhile, Tomasz and Dakar getting involved. They both pass Rubialski, who pits. There as well, Paulie Orange and Silbo passing each other. Josh and Paulie Orange getting past Rubialski now as well. These two have stayed together for most of the race. But I think there's a lot of drivers who have lost out on that first lap. There must have been a lot of collisions, a lot of moments there that cost drivers a good start and a good stead. They'll be hoping for safety cars. We've had 2 VSCs so far, but no full course caution with a trip from Burnt Mylander as well. So we'll see. Top 3 though, Verstappen, Kylo Ren, Finley, filtering their way through the castle section. We've got Verstappen perhaps coming under some pressure now. He's got Finley and Kylo Ren breathing down his neck. Both of them very close. There's a yellow flag. That's Lawrence! He's out! He's out of the race. There's his stricken car. And there's that safety car I was talking about. Oh dear, oh dear. Lawrence D out of this race. Crashes at turn 3. Griffin into the pits there. What will these lead drivers do? Will Verstappen put on a fresh set of hards maybe? Kylo Ren and Finley, I think they stay out. Will Verstappen stay out? Let's see. Verstappen's coming in. Kylo Ren in. Finley in. Lewis stays in. Goes in as well. Tomasz is going to stay out, as is Dakar. Well, Dakar can. He pitted a little later, and actually this brings Dakar back into the race. But not only Dakar, but a few others as well are going to be happy with this safety car. Ghost, Jack, Paulie as well, Lewis, they'll be happy with this safety car. This just brings everything back. But it's been a great race so far. F126, new regulations. I get something. Yeah, I mean the new regulations are interesting. I'm excited for a new team on the grid. That'll be fun. I can't wait to see their livery. We love liveries. And speaking of liveries, let's do some helmet reviews, shall we? Let's have a little cheeky look at some drivers' helmets. We haven't done one in a while. I'm trying to get a good look at Tomasz's here. It's black and pink, which I like the look of. Can we get a better view of it coming through the castle section? Ooh, that's not terrible. We'll give it a 7. Perhaps. I can't get a good look at it. How about Dakar? Pink as well, a bit of red. I get a good look at Daka's helmet. I'm trying. It's difficult. They're moving so fast. And the camera angles are never good for this. We need like a helmet camera. Or helmet review camera. Kind of thing, you know? But I'll give that a 7, Daka. There you go. Oh, what's this for Josh? Oh, yellow, black. Good. Can't see more than that, really. I don't know if it's one of the default helmets or if it's one of his own. I think there's a bit of blue on there as well. That's nice, actually. I'll go with 7 for that. Default, 0. Default, 0. Default, 0. God, the top drivers can't even put the effort in to make a decent helmet. I like that one from Lewis, though. That sort of blue, the lighter blue there as well. I'll give that an 8, actually. Rubiowski. Can't quite see his lid there. Get a peek as he comes around turn 1. Not the biggest fan of that one. Maybe a 5. Oh, I like that one from Paulie Orange. I think he's changed that since last season. Yeah, the white, the black and orange. Let's give that an 8. Who's this? Who are we not running on board with? Silbo Bags. Oh, I don't mind that. 6. Ghost. Always got a good helmet, this Ghost. 9 out of 10. This is Jasper. I'll give that a 5. Koru, default. Boo, 0. Joey B and Jack in the pits again. Let's see what Jacko's rocking. Oh, here's Noggin. As good as default. 0. Oh, Joey B. What's Joey B running? I don't know, but it looks good. 8. And finally, Griffin. Looks pretty default to me. It's a 0. There you go. Helmet review done. Hope you enjoyed. Why did Lawrence DNF? I didn't see it, Denko, but I assume he crashed at turn 3. Looked like he was missing his front left wheel. Yes. Do I still do interviews? I can do, I guess. We can do some race interviews if drivers want to do them. I'll include them. We'll see you. We don't always get everybody because not everybody joins the interviews. We mostly get the PlayStation drivers, but still waiting on this safety car to end. I would wager a guess that we will be back racing on lap 16 at the latest. End of this lap if we're lucky, which I suppose would be lap 16 after the end of this lap. So yeah, getting confused. It's been a while since I've done this. Do it. I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of drivers not having great seasons so far. Lawrence has been frustrated with racing at the moment. I think I've been quite frustrated with racing at the moment as well, but as is the nature of the beast, you know. Sometimes you're flying high, fighting for a championship, and then other times you're wondering why am I not in the top 10. You move on. It is just a game after all. Just waiting for Griffin now to join up the back. The two McLarens have just caught up. I think Griffin should catch up, so we're going to go racing soon. I think this safety car will end very shortly. Come on, Griffin, catch up. Need some qualifying laps from you, Griffin, to get you back in. Or you want to go racing? 2 Aston Martins leading the way. Should be 3, but one of them crashed. Unfortunate times. Maybe we're not. Or is it going to be a late call? There we are. Safety car in this lap. So Griffin should catch up. Tomasz is going to lead us round again. He's found his way back into the lead after staying out. Was that the wise decision from Tomasz? Personally, no. I think he should have come in. But hey, I'm not in the car. This is Dakar or Josh or Verstappen or Finley's race to win. Even Kylo there as well. We have got 11 laps of racing to decide the winner of round 4. When is Tomasz going to go? He's gone now. He's gone very, very early. But he's caught Dakar napping just a little bit there. Anybody going to go for the challenge? Remember, they can't pass until they get to the line. Finley's trying to set something up there already, and gets past Kvyat Verstappen. Does he? No, but he's fighting with Josh. He does get past Verstappen, I'm sorry, but it's Josh and Verstappen fighting each other there as they go through. But Finley up into P3 already. A fantastic restart for him. Kylo Ren losing a place to Lewis there as well, down into P7. That's not the start he would have wanted to the end of this safety car period, as Rubialski, down the inside of Kylo Ren, who loses another place. And it's all going wrong for Kylo Ren, our championship leader, but the drivers ahead of him, Dakar, Verstappen, Finley, they are going to be loving this as Kylo Ren drops down the order, but there's still plenty of time for him to get back. Tomasz leads us around, Dakar sticking with him for now. It's Finley and Verstappen there as well. This whole big train. Lewis, is he going to make any moves? Definitely not through the castle section, I'll tell you that much. No room for 2 cars through there. Just about enough room for 1 as we go through. Ghost used to be super quick. He is. I don't know what his thoughts and feelings are on this circuit, but he's down in P11. He did have damage on lap 1 though, so do bear that in mind as Rubialski's looking racy in P7 there, trying to get past Lewis and defend from Kylo Ren there. There's a yellow flag, I think. No, I don't know why there's a yellow flag graphic on my screen, but whatever. Thank you, game. Dakar, though, he's going to be doing everything he can to keep Finley behind there. Is it going to be a free wide moment in towards turn 1? Dakar goes down the inside. Finley's going to think about it as well, but instead he follows the Scotsman through as Tomasz defends, though, loses the rear end a little bit, but keeps Finley at bay. That's what Dakar will need if he wants to get rid of Finley. He's going to have to hope Finley doesn't get past here, but I don't think that's going to be possible. Here he comes, Finley, multiple tier 1 champion, and for a very good reason, gets past Tomasz. Lewis under pressure now from Josh, but no doing on that battle for the time being, as Dakar leads this race, but he's got Finley for company. Dakar's got to do everything he can. He's got the older tyres, does Dakar, so the tyre delta not working in his favour. But everybody's sticking close to each other. It's relatively clean for everyone. Rubialski very close to the back of Josh, trying to make a move in some unconventional places. Not working this time. Kylo Ren will be looking to make up those places he lost in the restart. Won't make any moves here. We've seen those go wrong so many times over this track's storied history. Dakar doing a good job to pull out a gap now. This could be Dakar versus Finley for the race win here. Dakar's doing everything he can to just keep Finley at arm's length and keep him away. Verstappen now will be a great help in this fight and gets past Tomasz, who just has to filter in behind. Will Tomasz make a move? In fact, as well, Finley not close enough to make a move. Tomasz thinks about it, thinks better of it, and lets Verstappen through. And it's going to be the 2 Saubers now against Finley in that Mercedes. Everybody's staying nice and close to each other. Jacko's dropped off the back of this group a little bit. Josh starting to break off the back there as well. I think he's still got the DRS for the time being. So manages to fend off Rubialski for now. Somebody's hit the wall around here. Could it have been Kylo, perhaps? Who is... I think he's kicking himself a little bit, to be honest. about that restart, but here he comes, actually. Goes down the inside of Rubialski. They're side by side for the chicane. Kylo Ren given the room, given the space. They're still side by side. This could end in tears. Oh, there's a lock up from Kylo Ren. Just keeps it out of the wall. Rubialski gets back ahead, and it was brave to try it there. And they've lost a bit of time. Rubialski clips the barrier through castle section for all it's worth. And Kylo Ren will be thinking this is the time to get past. He's lost the DRS as Rubialski. He'll use everything he's got in the battery to try and get it back. But I think it might be folly for the Alpine driver. Meanwhile, Daka doing a brilliant job managing this at the minute. Maybe Finley just being a little too aggressive. I have heard comments from the likes of Verstappen who said that Finley does a lot of drifting, or at least does a lot of wear on those tyres. But Josh, Rubialski and Kylo Ren, back at it again. And I think Kylo Ren's got ahead of Rubialski. As you know, they're side by side. Paulie Orange getting involved as well. He's going to go past both of them. Now, there's a big battle here for P7 at the minute. And it's Paulie Orange coming out on top. Silbo Bags comes through as well. He was ghosted. I'm not sure what that's about. And now Paulie Orange fighting with Rubialski in towards turn 2. There's a lot of battling here in the midfield. And it's great to watch from my point of view. And Paulie Orange into P7, but then there's going to be another fight, I think, in towards turn number 3. Anyone going for it? Yes, Kylo! Kylo down the inside, perhaps. No, Rubialski goes deep, though, into the corner. Kylo doesn't take the chance to go past. They've got Ghost now for company as well in this battle. Great fight, and it's all for P7. Of all the places, nothing going on at the front. The leaders keeping well away from each other for the time being, but it's all kicking off here if you're in the train for P7. Fantastic racing here from Tier 1 today. God, it's good to be back in the comms box. I'm here for the next 6 rounds, everyone. So here all the way till the finale in December. We're closing in on Christmas. It's weird. It comes around, it sneaks around so quickly every year. And we always ask ourselves, how's it got here so quick? If only we knew the answer. Meanwhile, Finley's still not close enough to Daka. He's got to be within about 5/10 from the DRS, and actually he's closing in now. He's got loads of battery to use. Kvyat Verstappen has none. But still, Finley's struggling a bit there as well. But meanwhile, we've got to go back on board with our championship leader, Kylo Ren, as he tangles with Rubialski once again. Gets past nice and easy. Is Ghost going to get through? Rubialski, that was very late into the pit lane from Rubialski, I've got to say. That might get brought up in the steward's room, because that was very, very late into the pit lane. Anyway, Silver Bags and Koru going wheel to wheel. We're riding along with the leaders so far. Finley is now within 3/10. Koru and Silbo Bags still battling. Jasper in there as well. It's 3 wide into turn 3. Oh, lucky everybody's got out of there unscathed. But Koru's going at it again with Jasper, who runs deep. Koru a little bit squirrely on the exit. They're still battling. Silbo now trying to make his way through this chicane section. Koru's got damage on the front of that Ferrari, missing that front left end plate. The 2 McLarens want to get racy as well. And hold on. That's really weird. Jacko's McLaren. Oh, as Jasper goes for a big drift in the foreground and loses the place to Koru. But Jacko's got the normal McLaren livery, and Joey B's got the other McLaren livery. I don't know if you can choose which McLaren livery you have, but if that's the game, just doing that on its own, then that's quite amusing. Anyway, the leaders, they've checked out. It's the 2 Saubers versus Finley. 2v1. It's never fun being in that sort of position. If you're in Finley's place and you've got both the teammates working against you, it's not the easiest. It was Tomash trying to cling back something in this race. P4, the train that was P7, and now the train for P4. Josh in a solid space at the moment. Ghost is just lurking in the background there as well as Kylo's trying to find a way through on Paulie Orange. They're side by side as they go through turn 2, and Kylo gets back ahead, but will Paulie Orange launch an attack in towards turn number 3? Ghost has been invited into this battle now as well, so his fortunes have turned around after the safety car as well. Yeah, the medium guys should be racy. Lewis proving that at the minute in this train. It's carnage at the moment. Everybody's trying to get around. Josh is fending off Kylo Ren, who gets a brilliant exit through the chicane and gets ahead of Josh in the Williams. That was a great little move from Kylo, and finds his way back into P6, where he started the safety car restart. But I think the podium should still be, it's going to be off the cards. P4 at best for Kylo Ren, but a good day if you're in the Sauber camp, as you're gaining points on the championship leader. This is going to be a very, very competitive Tier 1 season, and I'm going to be so thrilled to be taking you through it over the next few weeks. Lewis leads this train now. Tomasz has checked out a little bit. All the battling has allowed him to do that. Still, the top 3 do not change position. I think that might erupt toward the end of the race, but here comes Kylo once again through to P5. Josh is following him through as well and getting very close to the back of that Red Bull, but maybe backs out of it late as he dares. Wants to keep the DRS in towards turn 3, as I think he wants to launch an attack there for P5. Let's see. You can see Tomasz just ahead as well, who is maybe struggling a little bit, as, you know, he definitely is. Look at him, that car, that's the one. There's no reason to be that far to the left. But is Josh going to make a move on Kylo? No, not from that far back. He'd have to be mad. He'd have to be Lawrence to make a move like that. I'm sorry, Jay, man. I'm sorry you did that to me. That's horrible. As Ghost looking for a move maybe on Lewis. Looks to the inside, thinks better of it. Patience is the game now if you're in this train. Paulie Orange somehow in P9. He's got damage. He's hit the wall somewhere. And I think that's his race done. I'm dreading the stewards' reports after this, to be honest. I think I'm going to be quite busy. I think it's Rick and me, I want to say. Or is it me and Jack? I can't remember. I think Rick and I is Tier 3, so it's me and Jack for Tier 1. I jinxed you. I'm sorry, Lawrence. That wasn't meant to happen. What happened, Lawrence, if you're still here? You clip the wall, you get into a fight with somebody, what happened? Let us know. The fans want to hear it. Meanwhile, though, Kylo Ren closing in on Tomasz. Gonna get the move done now. Into P4 he goes. And that's going to be job done, I think, for Kylo. He's got 5.8 seconds to close up in a matter of 4 laps. I'm not sure how possible that's going to be. No slouches of those guys. There's Rubialski out of the race. That's on the main straight. And that's a safety car. Virtual safety car. Slows things down. Oh no, forwards, full course. This late. Wow. That's not going to be out for long. That kind of puts a dampener on this race. Who's crazy enough to come in? I don't think you do. There's no point. Lit the rears up chasing Coro. That is a shame. It's unfortunate, mate. Unfortunate indeed. A full safety car this late. It won't be out for long. It'll end at the end of lap 24. And we'll get lap 25 and 26 to race. That's kind of... Well, it's brought Kylo Ren back into the conversation. I'm a bit nervous for this restart, in all honesty, because I think we could see some carnage. Yeah, it's going to pick everybody up at lap 24, and then it's going to end. I feel like this is the most pointless safety car I've ever seen. And I don't know what happened to Rubialski. for him to crash. Did he move too sharply with DRS? Did he have contact? I'm sure we'll find out. Let me see if I can peruse the Tier 1 chat, see if anyone's kicking off. Or at least mentioning the fact that they've had an incident. Let's see, but oh, the leader's in. Dakar, Finley, Verstappen in. Everybody else is going to follow suit. I mean, if you're crazy, you stay out. Oh, Lewis stays out. Okay, Lewis is going to take control of this race. Silbo stays out as well. Oh dear, this is going to throw some spanners in the works for sure. Oh god. I'm so nervous for this race restart now. Hold on to your hats, stewards. Lewis is leading the race. Dakar there as well. Finley onto hards. Finley went from softs to hards. Interesting. I mean, I know the softs aren't great, but they'll do 2 laps. I don't know, is that a mistake perhaps? Did he forget to change it? We'll have to find out, but we're going to be going racing any minute now. As we have to have 2 laps to end off. We can't end on the safety car on the games, unlike you can in real life. And actually, I'm going to change my review for Lewis's helmet. I've got a better look at it. I'm giving that a 9. I really like that. It looks like the blue helmet that Leclerc had a few rounds ago, which I'm a big fan of Charles Leclerc helmets. They're simple but effective. I'll use this time to very quickly switch to the party chat for Tier 1, so I don't have to do it in a minute. Very quickly. So I have to put everybody on pause. Oh god. Okay, it's over. We're back under. We're going to be back racing. Lewis has slowed it down. Safety car's ending, as I predicted. Lewis has got control of this race. When's he going to punch it? Let's ride along with Dakar to find out. This is Dakar's race to lose. Can Lewis hold on? Lewis, oh, I think he's going to go as late as possible. Safety car's in, so he can go. When's he going to choose to punch it? He's going very late. There he goes. He's gone. And Dakar is going to stay with him for now. With Finley, great at these restarts, and is already drawing alongside Dakar. Smells the opportunity. Dakar breaks late as he dares. Finley locks up a little bit, but Dakar gets that car stopped fantastically to fend off Finley on the attack early on, and keeps P2 for now. No carnage for the time being in the back. Few places being shifted around. A few drivers. Kylo Ren gets past Koru there in the meantime, who stayed out. Lewis under threat from Dakar now as they're side by side. Oh, as Lewis loses the rear, puts Dakar sort of into the wall. Finley through as well on Lewis. This is carnage in these last couple of laps. As everyone's filtering through, Dakar will breathe a little easy though. He's got nobody near him for the time being. Lewis causing absolute chaos though on those old medium tyres as they're all trying to filter past him. But they're all through now, the top 4. One more lap of craziness to go. And Thomas trying to find a way past Lewis as well. Oh my god, no. Oh wow. Why are you making moves there? Oh dear. Oof. There's going to be some stewards reports to later on. I'll tell you that. But Josh and Ghost having some decent recovery here. Anyway, Dakar is out of a second. And if he can stay like that for this entire lap, this race is going to go his way. Finley is losing it. And I think it's the choice of tyre. We're going to have to find out what happened after that. But the battle is now here for P4. With Kylo Ren and those behind him. Josh is closing in now on Tomasz. Tomasz is giving it everything he can to hold on to P5 and do everything he can to keep Josh and Ghost behind. Goes to the inside. Josh finds the break room, goes through the move, but then Tomasz is holding on there as well. They're still side by side as they go. Will Ghost get involved and follow him through there as well? He's trying to, but Tomasz is holding on to this brilliantly at the moment. Keeps Josh at bay. He's got the DRS as well, which is going to help. Is he going to go for the move though? Is Josh? Oh, it's brilliant racing between these two. Josh still on the attack. Tomasz has the inside for the next corner and almost forces Josh into the wall there as well. Josh filters him through though. Got to think of his race and his teammate there behind him as well. Doesn't want any carnage, but Finley is close to the back though of Daka, but is he going to have a chance? Kylo Ren as well, trying to get his way onto the podium and forge his way up. Koru passes Jasper perhaps. Koru is round or into the wall even. I don't know what's happened to Koru there. I didn't catch it in time. But Verstappen falling off. It's going to be a sprint down to the finish line. I don't think Finley has got much to answer to this. It's all going to come down to the exit of this final corner. Oh, that's not going to help Finley. That's all over the place. And I think it's over for the likes of Finley as this race looks like it's going the way of Daka. Kylo Ren, can he close in on QVR Verstappen? We'll find out in just a moment. We have to follow on with Daka through thick and thin. He has found his way to the top of the pile and wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Will Kylo Ren steal the podium? He does by a few thousandths of a second and takes the fastest lap for his troubles as well. Steals the podium from QVR Verstappen by 500ths of a second. Joshin goes to P6 and 7. You've got Tomasz P5 there as well. Paulie Orange, Silber and Lewis the top 10. You've then got Jakalako, Jasper, Joe, Koru and Griffin. Catch your breath, everybody. What a race. My oh my. Wowie. Another win then for Sauber. More points. The gap's closing as well. Kylo did everything he could to hold on at the end there as well as we watch the podium celebrations. My oh my. What a return to the comms box for me and what a race we've had in Tier 1. Let's run you through the final standings then one last time. You've got Daka, your race winner this evening, with Finley and Kylo Ren flanking him on either side of the podium. You've then got QVR Verstappen, who lost out by half a tenth to Kylo on that podium, with Tomasz rounding off the top 5. You've then got Josh Ghost, Paulie Orange, Silbo and Lewis the top 10, with Jakalako, Jasper, Joe, Koru, Griffin the point scorers. Then you've got Rubiowski, Lawrence, AMS Palang, who did not see the race through. And we'll just wait to see if we'll get everybody else. I've got Daka. Let's see if Kylo and Finley will join in as well. Let's just go to the party screen so I can see everything. If not, then we'll just proceed. Finley's going to be there in a second. Kylo, let me do one more ping for him as well. Cool. Okay. Give them a few moments to get in. Oh wow. What a championship this is going to be. Tier 1, I must say. We've got, well, unless it's the constructors, I mean, which seems to be like a cakewalk at the moment, but I guess just to save time while we wait, I've got Dakar. We can talk to Dakar. Dakar, if you're ready.
Yep.
Amazing. Um, but that was a pretty crazy race from my point of view, at the very least. There was a lot of strategy going forward. There was a lot of safety cars as well, some carnage. But how was that from your perspective?
Sweaty. Yeah. There was a lot. Like you're right about the strategies. A lot of brain power had to go into it. I think for all the drivers out there. But yeah, it was a tough race as it always is at Baku. I'm just glad I think I made all the right decisions, kept it incident free, and managed to come away with the result. So sweaty, but very pleased.
I mean, there was one point in the race where I thought you'd have to do a lot of work because you came in. Well, no, you didn't come in when you had the lead Sauber because Verstappen had come in instead. And was that a point of thinking, no, but this is just going to be trying to hold on to a top five, or was that always the plan?
Well, I really wasn't sure, but we had agreed before the race. I was going to go for a one stop, and he was going to go for a two stop. So to us it made more sense if he came in on the VSC. So we're just trying to play as a team. But I was really disappointed with the way that the early safety cars and VSCs played out because I thought that my one stop advantage had just been wiped out. So yeah, there was a certain point in the race where I thought I don't really know what result I'm going to go for. Then after after the safety car restart in the middle of the race, me, Finlay, and Verstappen just broke clear, so that kind of just made me think, okay, there's a podium on here. But yeah, I had no idea how it was going to go because it looked like Finlay was just waiting for the right moment behind me. So yeah, I was just I wasn't sure if it was going to get the result, and then obviously that late safety car threw everything up in the air.
Yeah, but were you worried at that final safety car as the lead car? Did you think everyone else was just going to stay out when you came in, or?
Well, I really wasn't sure whether to stay out or come in for a long time, but I thought the field's quite spread out, and there's a lot of drivers here that have very little to lose and will probably, like, I don't know, they'll probably want to. I expected most of the grid to come in, which they did, Lewis being the only one, I think, to stay out. So I kind of thought I should still be near the front, and well, getting past Lewis was a little bit of an ordeal. It worked out okay, and even though I tried my best to throw the race away on the last lap, Finley was on hards for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, but that kind of made it a bit more straightforward to see it through and get my first ever Tier 1 win, so I'm delighted.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2 wins for Sauber now, which is a
hmm
solid go of it. You've got a decent stranglehold on the constructors for the time being, but is it? You've gained some points now on Kylo, though. Is it full speed ahead for that drivers' championship? And if it is it you or Verstappen going for it? You're both in there, so.
Yeah, we don't have number one and two drivers at Sauber, not just yet,
Oh, well,
anyway.
we know how that works.
We don't. What would you call it? I don't know. What shade of green is it? Those kind of rules. But
I don't know, like neon
yeah,
rules.
neon rules. Yeah, that sounds good. But no, I think it's going to be tough. Because I think Kylo's usually quicker than me. Maybe track dependent, so it's going to be difficult. But yeah, we're certainly still shooting for it, and well, the point standing say there's still a chance. So yeah, we're going for that championship still.
Well then, well it was a fantastic race today, Dakar. Congratulations on your first APPF on Tier 1 win
Thank you.
there as well. I'm sure there's plenty more to come with the current form there as well. But we'll move on then to Finley, of course, reserve driver, but it doesn't impact his results toward the front. And it was a hard-fought podium, Finley.
Yeah, just quali. So yeah, it was still all right.
I thought I was confused why you were on the hards. I thought it was I thought it was a mistake or a misclick, but no, just going for it. But I mean, you were still close enough. But I think I saw that you were a bit squirrely on the exit of the final corner there. So I mean, was that an issue for you all race long, or is it? Mm, yeah, definitely. It was a very weird safety car toward the end of the race there, but no, it was quite hard fought between everyone toward the front there as well. We were a bit worried to be in between those two Saubers in that second half of the race. Yes, it was Lewis. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that actually. I caught that on stream. Yeah, definitely. But obviously, you're reserved this season, Finley. Have you got any idea how many more races you're going to make? Ah, that's a shame. Well, yeah, that's it at the very least. But well done today, anyway, on a podium. Well hard fought. And finally, Kylo, the podium didn't look on for a moment in that race. That restart really set you back, but getting it by half a tenth must feel good. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching the battle for the top four quite closely toward the end, and I saw that Finley had made that error at the final corner, and so you were the one to watch, but you just about got ahead of Verstappen. I'm sure he wasn't happy about that, Dakar, but um, but yeah, it was a little bit worrying though for yourself, Kylo, and after that first restart there. Was it just tyre difference between you and those behind, or? Mm. Yeah, I mean, well, Baku's the kind of track, if you get it fractionally wrong, then somebody's going into the wall. So it's lucky to go through. There was some good overtakes from you there, though. I did catch a little switch back into the chicane. Yeah, you'll be able to watch that one back. I was quite impressed with that one. But I guess the final question is: you've got two Saubers breathing down your neck for this championship. Can you fight them off? I'm sure you'll give it everything. You don't want another P2 finish under your belt. You've had enough of those. I know what those feel like in Tier 2, so I'm sure it feels even worse in Tier 1. But well done on getting on the podium. It was very hard fought for yourself and everybody else. And of course, we don't get to talk to the other drivers, but everybody had a fun and fantastic race out there as well. I'm sure you'll be letting everybody know how it was in the chats and this, that, and the other. But that is going to be it from me tonight. of course, we're back again for Abu Dhabi, same time next week, same voice as well. I'll be here, all the way to the end of the season now, so there will be coverage for Tier 1 in what could be its most competitive season ever. But thank you to the podium finishers for joining me for interviews. Thank you for all the drivers for taking part. Make sure you go watch the stream after the race. It was a fantastic one to watch, qualifying and the race. And make sure you tune into any of the other racing action this week. If you've not listened to the podcast, go back and listen to that as Ghost and I continue to battle for more points in the Predictions Championship. And I think that's all I've got to say. So for now, it is goodbye from me, and I'll see you again very soon for some more racing action. Goodbye.